go say kutu say bam. Midian go fu say wa say kutu say bam. DL kase body hinta no ne pa hontoma.
DL News.
Yamamo akwapa afi to meka na hia yen awo Facebook and afi YouTube na kasebo no yemfa emu nkyiremo yemfa ensamom yehia kasebo na se emunwurem ewo Ghana yemeche bedwafie ne enkopie mu ewo court na ne enkrata efiri Tamale High Court ebam judge otran na dwam Justice Emmanuel Brew Praj akasa echiremu sem emfimpim yenu ene edununan Masebedwa konwa wonom to so aba ewo pandai ebeto dwa sei sade aba ne tibi koye no in fact wonom enya wina bibia ko din pa nanso sunsanso aba ne penefo kirema dabi enya de ekon kan visa bato no mentemo ase bi sore abasabasa bi ko so a ema nipo din kunim no wani nkunim wo kwa paso nti court asa ahye sem bosome ba kwentem mpenifo nkoto ba foforo ewo pandai ne hu ni ba foforo a obetimi edi nkunim na nkabeto dwa kirema eye National Democratic Congress endi samanyuku no openipo gina wono manemu epre mashibadwa konwa ewo mfempem mienu ne de nemu ewo pandai eye oniminyamfo Daniel eye insara wapara ekoba kwagina mu kiremu sem abana moto ye ewo openima boss medata so enson ewo mfempem mienu ne de nemu no sunsuanso eba bonten no ne mapesisi ye Enquires kura ni senti ono gituma enya de beya dwuma kura no kirema eye form 8A no pink sheet no omo kiremi se enya papa chese nima pina akoso enya kura na wode mo kiremi se 41 polling stations a ni nyina eka ni total ni nyina ekokoye 152 no ni nyina ankon kan se ni nyina mo kiremi se sunsuanso e ba bonten no chese nima pina na ekoso enya bako am hyehye ahodo aso ehwe maga na bato so edigu akwan mu no enne bura branti abane sunsuanso mo gituma enyeye tomo kodan court na ne court a kiremi se dabi sede mpenifo aka ne sande tenen sunsuanso e court na enyeye entwa ye kura ne senti aba no odom koto no foforo timika se dia kwagye ta awa pandaya enya semikuma kura na mra court edi aginese ba bonten pe make set sitting member of parliament edi ma de sha wodom gbo pandai eyo no menyamfo Matthew Nyandam ogina mu edi ma MPP amanyukwe make se no emperifo declare no bomodin declare so no wadi nkunim ewo 2024 abatom nanso aginase court ase ekirem se sane nkunum di no modane abutu onko so ani nkunim bio na asamba we ye pe na MPP amanyukwe no lawyer so mu kwagina mu kirem se ensema court aka no mu de ani die ma court nanso omonyi ntumti omode asam na kwade mu oya appeal court sa appeal court nka bi mo visa ensema ba bonte no omogitumanye ye mo de same say eto central for enim.
Granted, we believe that the petition was frivolous, but the court has decided otherwise. So we respect the decision of the court, but we strongly disagree with the judgment. And we have already shown our aggrievement by filing a competent notice of appeal, and we've added a motion for stay of execution. As a lawyer, if you have picked certain information that judgment will be compromised, you prepare. So you come for the judgment with a notice of appeal in your pocket. And that was exact decision that is affirmed because we knew that was what was going to happen. So it's not even surprising at all. And so the only fight left for us is to follow the due process of the law. And that is by filing a notice of appeal. This is my notice of appeal dated 24th November 2025 at 10:04. The motion for stay of execution is dated 10:13. Now, the petitioner has been served with the process and he decided to throw it away. But that's proper service. In law, if they serve you a process and you throw it away, the bailiff will only go and prove service by saying that you were served but you threw the process away. And that's even contempt of court. But that's for another day. But all I want to say is that we have accepted the decision, we respect it, but we disagree. And that is why we are marching forward to the Court of Appeal.
Any awoti ye MPP amanyoko no openipo kwagina mo ne ewo court edema mbe bedwane edema de hia wanom ewo pandai ne den ade Sylvester Insank ena wote ne nkan na ne kwakra mu no ena ND Samanyu Kurtu perform ko gina wo manam ekwa kasa ye epesa asem we bebia betumi akonkan na nkonumdi akọ ede ama ND Samanyu Kurtu no omo so ekasa ye echirem so nyame ko pa ya dum wedie atadwe emu de pass papa shi nwom ene atadwe yate denne efisensem aba no mu de papa na gina se court na sie ne no ano no efisa aba na moto ye no entwe ye kura enti de court na aka no we must say
that we are grateful to the court. We are grateful to counsel who assisted. As I introduced them, myself, Counsel Musa Mohammed, we had Eugene Aweti, we had George Adagbaja, and among others. For us, our case before the court was very simple. We had a rogue Electoral Commission district electoral officer who decided to abuse discretion. Now, what is important, and that why this case is significant, is that at every district election collation center, there are certain rights that are preserved for the candidates. Now, when the polling station closes, you move to the district collation center, and that's the
DLFM,
parliamentary collation center, and certain things can be done there, including asking for a recount of even the polling station. Now, when you say that the disturbances at the collation center, the law is clear that you either adjourn it to the next day or you can adjourn it even for a week. But you don't relocate the district or redesignate the collation center without notice to the participating candidates. And then you, when you were brought to court, decide that you are going to support one side against the other, making allegations that the petitioner was involved in busing hooligans to the place to come and destroy property and also to engage in acts which were inconsistent to the election laws. When the district election officer was put in the box, he could not even point one, even his own videos, to show that indeed the petitioner had done any of those things. So clearly, our point was very simple. The failure to notify the petitioner of the relocation and redesignation of the collation center meant that clearly there was no way he could have participated in the collation and to be able to exercise his rights, which included serious irregularities which we brought to the court. So in the fairness of the entire thing, including the ample evidence that there was complete destruction of the biometric verification system and all that, the only alternative would be to rerun the election. And so we are very happy that the court has ordered that within 30 days, the election should be rerun. The power and the sovereignty lies with the people. It is for them to decide who their MP is. And you cannot be a beneficiary of such an incident and call yourself an MP. That is out of the question.
Enti eni awoti ye lawyer ni ojinamu ekasa ye edema NDC chinyama yoko ne mram Tamale High Court edi aginesi edi ba bontimike se de bosume and ba ko pentem eno ne ye nefu ma akoma kwadi asa court kiresa aba no wodum konkoto no foforo ne hu ni pa afro a obetumi de nkunim de ma de hia wonum ewo pandai sanso na mahye bedwa ku a opanipo no gina mu de ma de hia wonum pandai sese ne den adonum nyamfo Matthew Nyandam ekirem se de ade na ye ne de ode ko court of appeal na court akabia ma no esika se we no mokoto no foforo a se de aye nam se sa o tafra itafra hwe ase na
ebia we de
sa by election e course nyina nsa ni nyina kwa ma nisi
ebia we de san bebe
sa okai ablikuma not
mekai
ana okai
akwatia no mo je sanka sama ya konya de
we de se mienu ni nyina sa ba akone de yakọ irregularities na kofa ba yesa ena ba akone owuye se ya we irregularities na akoso a te yenim se na se efiri mo ebeka mighty minority 86 se o maka 87 se na 88 ana ba ko efiri se ya na 87 ti se ko ba se wo mo koto na san akogeta na ka 86
sister no mo 80 ni mo kwane sa
eyiro
o ma mani abra
asa na e kokoto ntino se e koto no nya de o ma wie bi so mo se ko mo de kokoto fa pie enti e be hwe de be firi ma ba
so what ya answer na afini be kwa wie na o maka 50
we say ade asa mo fro we say
asa de e kosi
o de wo ye nto akase e bo no so
Yentua Kasiaboni so na Anglo Gold Ashanti for a year Obuasi Business Innovation Challenge omo ye ewa fiwe mo ye mfimpim ye nu ne aduonu num ni mo de akwa wie ya eye aerotest technology for an edi nkunim aye ma mo ye 100,000 Ghana cedis ne be yo mo de be show mo adwumanim no mo adwuma no etimi etumponsan so na mo plug any certificate a ene be chese ampa omo be ka ye adwumadie ne ho na ekwa wie na chese oyu yima paint for aneto so eye mienu omo enya 50,000 Ghana cedis almost ba modern ede ashom adwumanim ana chako master for aneto so miensa omo no enya 30,000 Ghana cedis Lean special kelewele for ana so nine omunya 20,000 Ghana cedis ana Joy engineering enya etoso enuma omo enya 10,000 Ghana cedis na ni dwumaku ahodo ekoka challenge na ekoso no aduana mienu omo nyina etimi nya certificate eche sampa challenge na ekoso na yade omo de omo ho ebebo mu na omo ne nsamchofo atwetwe nkomo na Mr Samuel Pobi ono ana managing director edema Angli Gold Ashanti for hrema busumi nsia ana omode aye challenge we achese nimdia omowo nkitesie ni nsie no mabomoden contestant be aduana mienu no mabom ho modin ye pa abo adwuma kopem se omuyi 10 finalist omobo modin ahe se ombe fantasy ani ma sese no omudi dwumade ni na akwa awie ya sese no matimi ayi nipa numa omono ebo omodin etimi nya achede ni bi na we no ochemu se ade a oba oboase anwumaku ahodo no mpese etimi tumpon ye panti na Angli Gold Ashanti for ebo modin discussion se na be ye no so beboa na dwuma nketewa eno so wo honom no eno so no etimi anyini
we share the two media idea go never can say Okwase business innovative challenge. In na say Agro Ashanti Okwase mine buy no ye be say ye be ye adwuma na di mpuntu abe on mine no na ma nipa so eye die akoso. Na ye 2022 ye pa ye 10 years social economic development plan na want to man. Na enyeme wo bi say ye be say Okwase bebulo no ana se wona omu ye wona adwuma no ye bebo omu no omu so adwuma ti yakoso e kai se ye town hall meeting se Agro Ashanti ye company a ye tie ye mine ye tie ye mpanyimfo ye tie ye stakeholders enu bi the ba se bebu no ma ye ti se obenya se ye di eni so behwe ye bebu na sabi omu ye nimde omu adwen so person bi adwuma nanso omu ni ska omu betimi de aye omu adwuma kwa be na Agro Ashanti so ebebo say etoya sumuye e ma yesu etu ye ho anamo na de efe o ni say ye ne absa bank city Ghana youth enterprise agency the Ghana business advisory unit and ke US ye kan ho bom and ye fair kwan ye be fa so e betinya ma bibi e friend say meblu na omo sa ni de na omo ni so ade hunu omo e da ye ni betinya de abem na no na ye pa ho ntuma say the word entrepreneurship day no ye pa ho ntuma ye mablu aduana mienu 42 apply say omo be say omo nya akonya na omo ani so ade hunu ne bem ye go through a selection process ye ne partner say dem mo dey no artist ye nya edua ene ye hwed emunuma eji Agro Ashanti betimi abo omo na omo ni so ade hunu no atimi abem ye nyina na ebota ye nyina ne say enye obia na betimi na ye mindset juma enye obia so na benya akonya ye mindset juma na wona omo ye community na kwan be ne be fa so a se bi wona omo so wo ani so ade hunu na omo betimi juma ba ama ye nuanum bi so nya juma ni bia ye no ye so be bom because ye did say bia we can US campus ya Agro Ashanti ne can US ye kan ho bom e ba ye abo amobose ye students omo ba ye o egadi o transport bia e koso e bia through this process no ndie ni nyina e koso no o hwe ne omo dan na dia omo ye bitumen omo de compost ye bitumen omo de chaku omo ye bibia pa chaku say de be ya ye health be improve omo ye technology on environment say ye so ye bakuru ya se a omo ye na omo etu pon no ye ni so ade huru ne say that bi no anya Okwase mpu na omadwuma no ebewo na emo bebetre akoba bi bebre eye Ghana ha nyina ni ewiase amano nyina
eni ya uti ye Mr Samuel Pobi ono ana managing director Angli Gold Ashanti na kasi amanibo ye nsem troni Barbara Granting ana different sentiment mu ebesomye
yenkoso anyina mu wa sentiment nim ne mfa ne mfa nkyire mu kumawu na wama hye bedwane onimnyamfo na yaw enim de akyedie pi a make say mono pa kyean a enkansu da motorbike akoma ade hye a wanom adwuma polisi fatna no sekire police station so monye na omfa mo adwuma den se be ye beboa na ho ba bonsem ene mraso de be ye adwuma na bato empesu aso na de akyedie yi de koye endo adakosi ada na bubu busuma yemu de toso aduonu miensa emfempim mienu ne de nunumu ene wo kire misem opese wo boa na mense no ahoba monsem yere pa se be ya ahoba monsem ebetumi akonkan na nipa kodo amudi nsem hunu no esu betimi atwa oniminyamfo kasa yemu mra na ode motorbikes no ema de hye no ena wo kire mu se na nse ne ho akohia pa se okopia okumawu ene sechere ene nkonkro kura hodo am ehye kumawu ase no edu ba bia in fact ahoba monsem ne nkon kan kram no kiremu am ene nipa na dose pi awoyi kwa na ekoso edu ba bia posifo akade no so na esusa ni senti wadwene wa hunu se dabi se posifo no nsa etimi ekan motorbike na betua bom ahoba monsem no wodum etimi ekini akonkro kura hodo am ehye kumawu na se na boa ahoba monsem so emotuma yire pa se be premani awamum no kiremu se make se no besre eye kumawu police station se momodin amadwumaten na wonom mo afise motorbikes na monsa aka no sre mo bia fa nkofa na mpona ade asan ne watu ene pon sa ne wo sen wo bekọ no ne akogina ne mpona da no woni mensa aka foforo enna ne ra mekoto ye nso oboa ye de bai se onfa madwubane no mbo na hoba monsem konka sre mu se momonya ne sa akra mun konkurase na momode hunu sa na dwa ni pada mun ko petrol nko chinchine sa ma hoba monsem no enye ne ba ne se beboa pa ma hoba monsem atumi akonka ne ama de hye mwo kumawu ene sekene potem yode nsem sei etuama ne boni Samuel Ofuriboaten enim ewasante mantem
yedi kan eba hamre bi atwam emamene police for bedi nsawso eba mo de omo hawo kakra eto manim na hawo ne bi ya na ewo ho ne ye police station renovation ho nsensem emame ye so omonye krata emfamra ni ema assemblyman ye se yenya motorbike police for betimi e de aye petrol ewo kroi mu a eno so beboa ama ban bonsem so etimi akonanim na me ye se ti free school ha ye beba ha na ye de motorbike police for nso betimi de adi omudwumade beba be she police for nsa na omoso de adi omudwuma e wo seche kroi menim se nya seche hankwa na omobo ban omobo akwa akrofo nso ekọ banko ene akroche ene nkronkro atwa nyina ho ahia bambo dwumade yenim se ene wohwe kronosem a eti atese e wo ye district mu ha nkwala enom tramo ene red ene nioma ekoso ade a ha adwen etoda bia ohum rantie ni bi na ahwe dwuma a omode asi omoso a tietimi eboa peja bambo dwumade a me ogidie pa se sa nioma ebetimi akofom nti akade bia ese yenso yefa na de boa a police for dwumade na ya na toda bia dwuma mede asi mani so se ese yehwe wo hwe yem police station wo yoko yem police station wo seche yem police station wo banko a ne nyina akodi district foforo ase ade a ye ka ho nsem se de be ya district no police for ne nyina be hye tumi ba ho ase na ma ban bono nso atimi akonanim itinananom ye ba ya ye de Yamaha motorbike e de bre police station a ewo seche we nye police officer dia e station no ene o mine dia iti ye de bre station no na station no nso e de adi omudwuma na de mesra ne se maintenance de minim se me ogidi omumu se police for de de ade mamu amu betimi ahweso ye na ye nya so mfa so minsusu ye ne se ebe kakra na nka police station bia de motorbike 2222 kra na betimi de ama station bia na aboa ma ban bonso na ye be frɛ ne na nye ba akokotena ba akode achi na obi etu ne de na ye de akodi dwuma
eni ya woti yi ayamahye bedwani edema de hia wanom ewo kumawu ewa sentiment ne den edonim nyamfo enes yaw enim na ne kwakra mu no ena posifu a wanom kiremu eje efide gitafo me kire motorbikes yi ekirim say in fact wanom asopa wade a mahye bedwani de ma de hia wanom kumawu wanom nyamfo enes yaw enim ayi omani ajepan yakopon okonhyira so a onhyira ne pi na ne sikasem entimi enkonsoro na wanom ukire moto betumi aboa pa ma hoba monsem ne dwumade omudie no etma hye mu nkra na mabɔ mɔden agere ahoba monsem mu de ma ade hye no wasakire kumawu ne potam nyinam na okire ma yanka gye no nyanso mɔden ahwe moto no so kama ɔmfa nkoya nyinam manto asem bia mɛboa mɔden atu ho na mɔmpa boa sɛ bɛya moto no ebetumi akyɛ na ahoba monsem agere de ma ade hye a wanom ewo kumawu ene ne potam
in fact nia ye honorable aye no bro ya dwe ne ye ntiase so in fact ye de ni atofom ma ye hu say ye honorable no ba security nsensem a da na akoma so ye pa enche bia no ba ha ene ye de disem no e de tu danim ampa anche kra ono be penti ha nyina ma ye ono san boy ya no ho ba say enche ode moto be ba be ka ye ampa ene aye surprise moto no so aba na ye ka sen kwa chire na wasanka me district commander e wa ha but
obi asini kwan kakranti na ose me gyiremu ma no ti ne be ka kire ye empini se nyame inhira no bebre no oma na hoden na oma ne sikasem so esi ta because ne onya keto obema no definitely onya kese so a obema ti nyame inhira no bebre na waya maye no ye ni asopa na ye shede boss ye be hwe machine so yi ne de di djuma a eni enti a ode amaye se ye fe ye be di djuma so pepepe ti da one ne penifo asipa nyame inhira wo mpa
eni a woti ye eyo police ni onu gina mu ekasa ye edemam sechere police command ena wote ni na bane boy yensem twire ni Samuel Ofoli Boaten ene di free asante mantemu ebesom yen
Yanto akase abonneso ni mbonremu ewe premantema na Pentecost Senior High School for anedi nkunim ewe New Jabin South Youth Eye Parliament Maiden Edition efa eye inter high school debate no ekoso ewo eye New Jabin na team aneda so eye building youth voices through accountable governance na schools ahodo ekoka eye competition ne ho eye Koforidua Secondary eye Technical School sanso ana New Jabin Senior High School Pentecost Senior High School any Otibuatin Senior High School na competition no kwa wiye na chese eye Pentecost Senior High School any Otibuatin for ana etimi edu finals eye Pentecost for ba omodin ade 6 points per edi nkunim ewo eye Otibuatin for so chese debate no ensema omoka ede fa ho eye se awofo any achechefo wan na wo so otimi bomodin ahesa ho hyeso obetimi akoso ewo mofra nimu Tanso ana musa kasafa eye kwanya social media betimi aboa na mutimi ediasi omining sem ano sanso na mu pese omu nche se emebunu no ebetimi aka eye omin no amemu hu ana we ni na aka hu bia eno nam so ema Pentecost Senior High School for enya 66 points ana Otibuatin enya eye 60 points no Pentecost for ade 6 points per ana di omuso enkunim Yansam trofo edu ho amoni omo etwetwe nkomo na right honorable speaker Edema New Jabin South Youth Eye Parliament eye Emmanuel Asare edi tuja na ochemu se debate we ebu amebunu nsa ne be yomo so no mo ne obi abetimi ate wo man mu kankan ne akandifo omo ewo man yimu esan se eye akandifo ne bomode ano mu bie kwan edema amebunu na omo tie nsem omo so wani so betimi aboa se kobasa musi ginaye ewo kwan yom betimi afaso ama oman no etimi atumpon wani nyina no ebetimi aboa na yade ampanifo ka asemi se mebunu no ana ye oman ne dachi na emumo ndi oka ne sisi ase mebunu na nkasa no omo ya kandifo ewo eye ne Ghana ye womu sanso ana right honorable speaker eye Asare ekasa na ochemu se na nka wasenka akomra hye mu krampo anka mebunu be ye 40% ana nka wo hono mo bua ahwe so betimi adwendwen ho kwan a eye oman Ghana betimi atumpon na emo eye ade ankokra no anyom adwen so mbema akonya no ama mebunu ne nso etimi akọ eye mra hye
This is the right time for the leaders to get the youth closer to them. This is the time youth no pedifona mo dey no mama youth no akwenya ne abel mo ne esua de na be adache bi omo ni ho a ye betimi abeden abetake over. Sa kasa da ye kasa the youth belong to the future. They say this the youth no we are the leaders now and we are in charge of affairs. We are the decision makers. The decision takers as well. Sometimes anything can in but some friend ebe on the table ebe abako ana menu bi ebe kanu they can bet me after when they are making the final decision they can factor it into it until the all it's time for the leadership to inculcate the youth in their decision making, involve the youth in their decision making, get the youth closer, open their door for the youth, start mentoring the youth so that the youth, the upcoming future leaders will also become like them as things are going. It's boring because in Parliament at least 40% of the youth represented their various constituencies. But this is the case, I chance, and we are not getting it because in Penifona and Mice are going from the beginning. So I think with this current economy, I think they are listening to us and they are getting closer to us, especially when it comes to leadership within the New Jabin Start. They say I met me at MC office and I am calling me other leaders. You know more in a bit me at MC or not couldn't come on. A bit me at MP or not couldn't come on. A bit me at NY director or NCC. Why Penifoni in Ama and Wakoya be a piano, your chimper when I say almost some more idea now on the Enquires on better age.
Any outi a right honorable speaker at the Nhyiraba South Youth Parliament, Emmanuel Asari. Nenwachi Anna school for Omono Omujinaya Edema Pentecost Senior High School for etu Emmanuela Enchi Augustina Osei Safua Munina Kabomu Edi Nije Eni Asida Edimo Trade and Post where Bomodin Abuawam Amo Medin Kunim Ewa competition him.
Actually, you're from me. Enchi Augustina Nana. I can't see no. The shots are not testing Jina dining, but in a shots are banana. We are losing up and it was okay, like nay. Feeling, I mean, to me, one instant for coming fan describe. And once a nay, you say a baby, but it will be not in my wedding, Kakabanyamia, Dominic Empire. I had my study or Jamma, and see it to me, Edium Queen.
Okay, thank you very much. I would say I'm very grateful to God Almighty because without Him, we wouldn't have been here and then we would also not have won. It is by His grace. I feel so happy and at the same time, like all mixed feelings. I'm grateful, I'm surprised, even though we still knew we were here to win the game. So that is how. Also, I am Etu Imanela.
And now can send the name because you're the sector for the starting first. Now, and just send our bias come almost say on very near. Now, all my attention of fire by. Say, the Lord is our help, you know. And then you're by, you're the Holy Spirit in the by, and you're back and China, of course, because you won't send a sector for no more, no more shaking tea, and none of my moran. Send your bay, I answer to me, African day, the buy.
Any ya uti ye etu Emmanuela Enchi Augustina ene osei safo munina Eco School ewa Pentecost Senior High School mo eka competition na eno eko so ewa ye Nhyiraba na ne krakra mu ana chairperson ede madwumedie no da sebra yere ede ma ye Nhyiraba traditional area ya akosua siedu aboaten Ebo Nhyiraba South Youth Parliament for abaso ye pan so mabomode aye hyehyeye edi dwumedie bi say edi aba school to asuomu eno ewo Nhyiraba South no chiema so mobomode na mo ye bebo mo ye person say topics ahodo mo die discussion mo keka ho asem nyina no ohawa eno wo man Ghana mu amofra na timi akasa eno betimi aboa amamatimi asi ohaw ni bi anokwan na we na osra ye organizers ni so momomode say ye program bi say no betimi dia kwata share you send ebe ya ombe emofra betimi atwa ma adwen kopim se mpanifo nso no ebe hu kwaye ombefa so asi ohawa no
ye meka ne say ye mebunu no ye wo challenges bebre ye san so wani so ade hu so bebre into no youth parliament no ye started in 2013 and ya course why ye dwuma bebre ba we na ye dwumadie kese a ye di a ye de emebunu na bem ama omatimi abekire omobobre ene niema a omususu se aban ni betie afiri omobo ne ne omobepe se aban beye ama wom into no magina we so the ada organizers nyina ase ene supporters ambebo ayen including your station ene etitriu a omonso entimi amma ne nso omo support ye na ne meka ka won se we nya se besi he ya na emu no ye bekoso aye ye parliamentarians no omo hia abrini don bia edi nkomo na debate we edi kan ayaye ensi wa ye beto aso akọ other schools any tertiary required the beka ho akọ ekodu se mpanifo ne beti mmebunu ne na omatimi atie yen na yen so ya no adurudwem ka metimi aka
eni ya uti ye da sebra yere ede Nhyiraba traditional area ya akosua esiedu aboaten na manibo yen sem troni kontin hini kofi obo ana di frepoe mantemu ebesom yen
yanto akasebo no so ne yenyina mu ewon kran pompone mantem na make say senior rent officer opo adwumade no kura yen so na ye head of public relations ewo rent control department mechira so ehwe o man Ghana so we be hand danyan hontoto ye nyina so ono na kasa de ma won den ede Emmanuel izop posu akase tirem say yem fat o man ye team ni say die edam boy ye den papa zeni papa bebe ni tiato so ko ha danyan na konta ato bentum no tirema ni nyina ne say eye dwumadi a eden wurafo ana afin so agent fo bi di akese obi ama mranje kire wono mti ne enipa ko ha dan ya akwaje nsrepe eni peteku ewo mega na mu opening central for Kasaya and we tell me same. And na agent and I say brokers, I'm bombardia quite you be daddy move behind no. One more can pan and a dime boy, I yet and dandy and you pen to me hand dine entremu or mayimum. Now we tell me say what's your real estate agency for nam? One more bram the babo until one film pimmy near to the nature me same. So you will be our person about home now we agent, Adjoa be daddy man hanyam. As a winner license to me crat out between the human and so my gana my say no. Bono be a coffee be a treacherous to me agent, and you will cry and dana media how no. But my dear say, we bet you 10% dear mamma, and you had any you know to your fuel car agent and swagin at them. One agent in a question of a catch agent Miss with you, Miss Rawata. Madame Boyna Ding, oh, to Mana Boyna Ding, a 500 would agent attended. What ya, Miss Minaka crap of your mano. No money, a den require back on agent Jessica say, boom, net tenant and what's no trim say, and Yamana council. Any papi or man gonna make say make say no. One more from say agent. Now so many mra to me cry term did you money senti sudden cost on and yet. To all my dear no money prefer a cabby room to one of myself boy sabe ya damn boy at no. And maybe you much ma. A freura, one who can sort of about what done behind. Abro Busumins ya Nansu Crayum. Na agent, I catch a freura say 4 down a high 6 months, or the hand 6 months, and 4 down a high bosume, and as a fema kuma cumbino 2 months. What the hand few men, I'm assuming yes, can't have 6 months, I same penamina, it's own. The Faha one and Fiera Kuma Kumi 2 months, and I said 2 years. What the high pet Menyesica. Into a trema day and another boy attaining nano, if agent for wouldn't like any license, I would do my kind.
Is being solved in the sense that in the year 2020, a law was passed, which is the Real Estate Agency Act. That act was passed just on the 15th of October. There was a stakeholders conference on this bill. What this act seems to correct is the fees and charges that agents and brokers charge. There is a council that has been formed. They are championing or leading this implementation of the act, the Real Estate Agency Act. So the Real Estate Agency Council at this conference, they will prescribe fees and charges for anybody who calls himself agent or broker. They will issue license, they will issue certificate. They will be inspecting your offices so that you shouldn't sit under a tree and call yourself agent. It is an offense to call yourself an agent or broker if you don't have a license.
Aha. O to me fra hu say we agent. Wo no wonni atenaya we adwuma. Wonu to me krata enso make say we agent. E na wo de dan ha obi gigi sika gubutum. O kirema etiamra. Na no achi na senior Emmanuel Kosu e kirem say in fact. Aso ya hwe o man Ghana dan ha so de. Omo de enso momoden aboa. Na wono mo ne efiewura no din sa wo so kirekire wono mo se be ya dan na mo de han no. Obi antumi mfa ne pe. Enyi bu obi a wo pe nya ne sa. O kirema dan bi ho do ma sabe. Kotre fa humpa na purupuru gu fom. Na efiewura bo pe no de gie. Ene afi bi de na watum saa. O kirema nyamra. O ma na yatim ne sabe wo de dan ba hanyam. Enye dan to bia keke na betumi de bo bia opa bia to so sabe etiamra. Eyam enyamra nsampa na efiewura fo no bi dinti. Aso boko be de agene na so apo adwumade ahwe sabe ya efiewura no ma. Edanto je se otumu se dan we di atete apansam. Insuo tompa na enwunu. Not the bob for the no or DJ. Or Banisa and Wakra.
When it comes to the functions, as you rightly asked, we are based on law. All activities are based on law. The law currently what we are focusing on or what we are using is the Rent Act 1963 Act 220, which comes with its regulations. So that regulations gives us what we must follow. The processes must follow. But when you look at Section 5 of the Act, that is the Act 220. It has spelled out our functions, the duties of the department vis-a-vis the rent officer or rent manager. First on the list is an assessment of a recoverable rent. What that means is that if you are in somebody's property and all of a sudden the person raises the rent, increases the rent to unacceptable or unrealistic, you, the tenant, has right to visit our office and do what you apply for an assessment. Likewise, the landlord. Probably you are somebody is dwelling your property. You don't know how much you should increase the rent. You also have right to apply for that assessment. What goes into the assessment is that the officer who has the applications has come before will move into the property. We will look at the value of the land as at the time you made the application.
Any awoti ye a open upon a senior rent officer. Our sense head of public relations, our rent control department. Nidin Eddie, Mr. Emmanuel. Zev posu ena wote ne nkanti okyeremu a wontumi mfa wodan bia han sɛ de wo Agyei Sikapa wo kura yi mu wo yɛ ne saa itiamra ena pɛ sɛ otum nso a wontumi ntum sɛ de wo pɛ bia saa kɛkɛ dabi enya ne saa kora wo man mu na ne ena wate yenyina wo esua kenka madwen kyerɛ ne bia mfa nso mo ɛwɔ Facebook no ɛso a na yɛmfa ne sei ne yɛmmra na junior papa de aba na say good evening DL more fire na honorable Frank amankwa de aba na so hwe live edi free ketas na in fact ye ba adwumaden pa na de aka ne de ase asema ba pa asema ba de bi de aka na menkenkan Sweet Elizabeth de aba na say good evening my handsome uncle Sam eni Sikapa wase ka sebone mo de pa na hwe live edi free Lebanon zone 4 na wase Betty enie ka sebone mo de pa na akrokre junior tielo de aba na wase hwe live edi free akrokre na wase oda yas na adwumaden aye bonyankopon onhyira ye pa ene adwumade a yenso ebo na wade nchia kese akomo no nyamfo Eugene Kofia Mankwayin kamen member of parliament for Asokwa and ne ade aba medase na Boatin Samuel and also the news is loud and clear inside Kumasi Ampa you na greeting to honorable Dr. Alex Yao Bakon aka na Broso Prisia Himan assembly member no adwumade ye pa and afisi chairman or Konfo Kwade Manso Tuntukrum was Yankopon shira mu ye pa adwumade a wonom ebo ye nyina wesune ye na ye hone ye ba ensem na ba pisufi hanom unim se ene ye Monday na dwumadi aduru ho no enie
DL Power Sports emu ade ejawom dadel
DL Power Sports on DLFM 106.9.
Pressure, Mr. Kasante, Mr. Bade, Mr. Kasante, Asante, Mr. Kasante, what you gonna do, Mr. Kasante, hey, Borike! What a ball! Ghana blaster, Ghana, hey! I found it to you.
Wafa se Bismark atena se Bismark Adusei man pize na manyana ntiase yesi ya china usada ben Barcelona for ene Chelsea na DJ Afi ba se de wagene home na ni wo fiase no ba pai se mpompope so ya Chelsea ni nam se Bernard kan we ni munte no yanko Bismark nchen sema hodo a abo apeso de besom yen ese DL passport no ofa mesum yen nimre Bismark
ofa
empom di sen
yo adom ho ye
de nyame ase
options ho ode
oh metiapo
de nyame ase
metiapo eba pa yen so what say baso 13th
yeah
so obeko bi
no I say me din komo wa chiransa
sa matiase
na ahombo tutuma
okay me do be commercial
sa
o waden
ene sa dia
ma prepare chiri
me judi
be do be ko bia be do bi obedi nyina uni ho
me judi
me make sure say da be dem so nkwanem
eno no sa
me ye ho adwuma nyina ma
o me judi ayi ntuma de bebre wo
se me ye suma nkwa hene o ye me ye suma nkwa hene bitumi ye bibia
wajuma de anga se so ani o me judi
me prepare
enti me start abo
matiase eno ano ebre ni ntino kajagum ne nko
voila busuanti yama akwaba ya famra dia 106.9 kasafidi kese so emra so se yede agude mu nsem ebe so manwume no nsia kase so midino e de Bismark Adusei wo frame mambise Mr. Kwame Afum Jesse Michael Awuni sanso ana brantie friend se odisika brantie ana afekrampono Kenetata obo Rama the fant English manuanom ana yake ntuma pa no na nwumre yede agude mu nsem ebe so na asujua se na brano bia ye no yamfa sida PhD no ema Lumba super omo na brano bia ye tena se dia na chese o maso yasne na yede agude mu nsem enso abedown na wo join the show no e wo Facebook dia e ye capital D capital L 106.9 champion Kofi Taylor Dama wadi etwagum ewo Facebook audio video anase ade kan say audio visual presentation we no yedi nkomo na yedi images ne reactions ni nyina enso egu Facebook wono hu dia ko empokra ne dia eba yenhye nkomo bonase a me patcho last weekend ade kan say Ghana Premier League week 11 no eno nso etimi etodwa na kopiem asei ana resource no so etimi etie Mediama Sporting Club etenafie eni Bechem United boy obia entimi amfa ball enso antono nyonko atreme 0-0 and na APM ewa sa game num me patcho Karela United etenafie che Basake Holy Stars ebon kan poly miensa basake etimu ebon modern etimu mienu eno nso ene kakra fi ho na after the game no ye tweba opani a friend say Ibrahim Tanko ono eye head coach enso e de Media Mass Sporting Club odin komo kakra after say onyasa 0-0 draw elside game.
We have most of the ball, but I think the last bite was not there. And looking at how the team came, I mean, they came with plan. They came to play, I mean, all the men behind the ball and then go for counter. And it worked for them very well. I think we didn't have patience to finish our... And it worked for them very well. I think we didn't have patience to...
Way ayen komo penina je friend say Ibrahim Tanko head coach edema Media Mass Sporting Club odi jaya edin komo ni pina enso elman el kasafidikese so me patcho kwabena misa head coach edema bobo ko friend say Bechem United ono so edin komo say energy
tactically disciplined because we watch Media Mass, we realize that they will play from the wings. So when we break the wings, which means they have nothing more done, they will resort to long balls, and long balls we have the advantage. But the attackers are facing with their back, whilst our defenders are facing with their front. So they see the ball well than their defenders. So we know that we hold the wings from them.
Ano coach je friend say Kwabena Amisa head coach and so edema Bechem United ana ono nso din komo me patcho Sunday games awdo pina and so eto Adjoa Dreams FC etina fie e Legon Sports Stadium e ma Swedro All Blacks eto omo e bomo kan poly miensa Dreams etimu mienu Hoho United ene 11 Wonders game no e ye 1-1 na 11 Wonders so many coach omo boys na etimi organize omo etimi ekonya draw and so Hoho we ene latest e ba edin nyina ma Vision FC ne ade kan se kwando out of Lion game no me patcho no so endi 2-2 Adriana Tenafie enso echi Brekum Chelsea sa game we no na eye big game we na ye Bono Derby Adriana etimi hyemiensa Brekum Chelsea etimu baako me patcho Nations FC echi Bobo ko friend say bibiani Gold Stars ebo ma kan poly mienum Gold Stars entimi antimu Adabraka how to folk eto Bobo ko friend say Young Apostles enso ewa ade kan say Wenchi game no end 0-0 me patcho Samates 1996 any Kotoko game nso no end 0-0 way any latest results nano me patcho Adjoa ewa Ghana Premier League with 11 na jedin komopi me patcho panina ye friend say Ahmed Fathi ono head coach enso de ma Swedro All Blacks so per coach isa nansen temu o ma sutimi ye shipa ye opani ye odi kampa me patcho be kai say abdia kan say Young Apostles omo fans ana say Swedro All Blacks rather omo fans e manity tru e ka so mbe bot kwa deja enso etimi akopam opani enra otimi enya win enso ewo Bobo ko friends say Dreams so now panini din komo yenkwai yenti Ahmad Fatin koma odijai.
Actually, before I talk about anything, I send my thanks for our technical part, all our supporters, part of our technical, our Joe, the first assistant, Muhammad Adi.
Hello, coach Ahmad Fati ana ono so edin komo ewo ho or that fans ne technical team ne boys ni nyina enso ase eno ne kakra eno so to Adjoa ewo sa game na yedin komo ni nyina enso esum dwumadi enso me patron Nations FC head coach your friend self from Poma so ono so din komo after send the team Nations enso twifa bibiani go star so
first from win at home. What were the key moments that contributed to this victory?
Yeah, the intention was to press them in the first 15 minutes to try and get a goal. And we were able to do that. So yes, and luckily we were able to get the second goal in the first.
Hello, Penia, your friends from Pomanso head coach and so Edima Nations FC ana onto Edina Nudi Semetuja. Openia friends Nana Dakwa ono head coach Edima club na your friends Bibiani Gold Stars. Ono so kakakra or see even though say Nesai no so takes a tasty defeat against Bobo friends and Nations no or bought Nemrantena Basu Yenti and Nana Dakwa.
A lot of clear chances than that. You can go and assess the game. The second half we have a 1-1 and then a lot of things. Then it's game. You can have a lot of chances, you can score. Next game, maybe you have one chance to score. That is game for you. So, what I'm happy with the boys, they did very well.
Hello, head coach Adema BPN Go Stars ono your friend say Nana Dakwana yetene kasa ono so kakakra enso now nim say Kumasi Asante Kotoko Metema Krobia Kuma Pima Apembaba me pacho so travel kwa dia kan say Sama Boy omene Sama test 1996 game no enso end 0-0 Abdul Karim Zito head coach Adema Kotoko no so edin komo say enejai.
When you look at both teams, we were not even patient to build up. We were all trying to go to score. We were in hurry to go in. So it causes us spoiling a lot of chances. But seriously, it stand the test of time that it's a big match.
Where your head coach, Openia, your friend Abdul Karim Zito, head coach Adema Kumasi Asante Kotoko Krobia Metema. Now has a folk head coach and so Eddie Ade Masau Didi Dramani on also kakakra after setting the side no and so Etimi Ekopeke at 1 point and so Ewa Wenchi.
What we saw is something that we anticipated for, that we were going to play against the transitional side and a side that will be more motivated, especially playing against a big club.
Heno Eje Masau Didi Dramani head coach and so Edema Phobia Glorious Accra has to focus on also at Kakakra and so after saying the side no and so any young apostle said 0-0 and but after the game ya tripping has to focus chita for any be no more kano crapa and so to say Nhyiraba Sammy Bino or say massa has to focus nampono omun deserve so menya sa 1 point no young apostle sana ye pesida nan combat omun so betimi afa de cancer 3 maximum points na nan ke say come young apostle yentie fans no reactions ni bi.
We know. Okay. Because I know the ball. Apostle so boy na. Na apostle for a year there I said omu draw match. Okay. Because no boy on try has to say. Omu boy ampa. Yeah has for the look clear. You say clear. So referee na na jina ho. I know me dey kasa me to make my kasa say na me hu ball maybe na penalty.
Hello, some lawyer and faithful house of folk fans ni bi anomonso kakakra. Omo ye justice won at yanka say ye de no crepa. And so di juma house of folk fan way or kanu crepa. Now him say young apostles fans no. Omo so show ade can some displeasure. Omo concerns concerning referee and na ono so timi ginam di game no. Or say penalty bi and so timi to referee timi anjama young apostles. Young tie fans ni so e.
Incidents in the happy in if you want to be a true fine. Now, any of my actually so happy. We are hoping. Mamma, I'm paying for our community. Senior, I'm going to know about this one. Sure, that's really because it's a building they have said. Well, it's 200. Listen, I didn't breathe for no. I'm with the ambulance. They didn't go, but we're free by Hesa. It's police. Let's finish it. Let's finish it.
Not just say young apostles a cheetah for ni bi and almost show him displeasure. Me patch ahead of game or penina and as a head coach and as a referee ginam and so Eddie sa Jumediano Jade and Comonina and so Edema Bobo Kwa friends Adriana me patch head coach Sioba Aristika unim say opaniwe of Egypt and also Ekakakra after send the side Adriana stars bought Brekum Chelsea
our team what play about Brekum Chelsea's control our middle and is control the possession. Our team we have 3, 4, 5 pass and lose the ball, and I think the player this I am not like see the derby local player lose the concentration and is go inside in the pitch.
Hello, Sioba Aristika head coach Adema Adriana Football Club. Yadin Komani Pina and so Adema. Winima Panina, your friend said Joseph Emmanuel Sapon. Dodwana Bon Menu, my friend said J. Sapon. AJ Bia, Anna Okofa Club, your friend said Techima 11 wonders. Namino Casino, me patch after 3 games. Openino so AC form said that be on to us so and your head coach and so 11 wonders. Senior say, or sing Yaman Pina and so Enquiries and so 11 wonders. I swear, me patch I didn't come on or say Dientia or did you Dieno and so at all. Nina say Gamer, me patch last weekend, Omoko Bono. Players no so buy eba ka chance 3 days ni omuni die odia yentie opanino sene ono echire ni semu.
These boys have to talk to them one on one to see their problems.
But what struck me much was last week before we traveled to Hawaii. 3 days the boys didn't train. The report they came and gave me was that they are not eating for 3 days. And they don't have the energy.
Hello, coach, your friend said Agyei Sikapa and also kakra Jemfrio na Jemfri and so Enchiremon from Kumasi Asante Kotoko National Supporters Council Chairman no Jefferno Solomon Ofosuware na wedding komo or the letter krata ten or the nshashe krata ten bi enso ase abamonten ni nyina ne se ochirema ose ade e kan se referees manager krom a opanina ye friend se Mr. Alex Kote na nsentemu oye bibia omo Kumasi Asante Kotoko chitafo no omo se omo ebonjo so ni nyina ne se ekoba ne se Kotoko club ya metema won omo ekobo game bia na se after the game no and some controversies dey do na enso sound the game na referee manager na say referees manager opania your friend say Mr. Alex Kote very quick now waba mountain enso be kan be din komo bebre especially officiating officials omo ginam enso edi Kotoko games no ubonso opania ba mountain na wabe condemn officiating officials empempi omo so ginam enso edi juma anase omo di games and also involve Kotoko na way ana opanini chira ose Kotoko chitafo no ose omo di omani ato form Oma yahwe ha kame ese opanino ne nkomo empempi no odi no kame ese ediehu ene ade e kan se ade e kan se fear yes ehu na ne sa atimi ebe she officiating officials nim referees na medium komai esan se penalty bia nanka e wosenka referee ogina mu enra omu game against Samatex Kotoko nyae no esan se opania e friend se Alex Kote ne nkomo didi da ono so ebedi afa officiating officials me pato omu so gina enso toto Kotoko games no me pato empempi na ekono eno de ehu abehye omumu wei entina akoba ne se Kotoko mpono omunya penalty a referees no omu stress on beji wei eya nkoma opanina je friend se Solomon Ofosu Ware ono so ede aba montia yede ni nyina enso ede ema nanima brantia je friend se Ignatius Bosompem akwada wa ukopiem enso Western Regional FA Division 2 League nima me pato na otini juma enso ede ma Najo Royals me pato menu kasei over the weekend game amonso boy Dabi when osia kan adema Young Madrid me pato over the weekend omu game amane Najo Royals sa team we omu free Samurai boy omu boy no akwada no kofi minim se ubenya sa image na ori atoso Ignatius Bosompem akwada na Dani Benkum so ni nyina ne se ball ba ko or try se oni keeper no ko wiem me pato akwada no wa melandi or de ne kon enso ebe wo ho a me no ka say medical team no enso rush ne de ne ko Samurai boy hospital na Fofia Antoata akwada no yes on that Facebook one so no wadani Benkum so me no ka say de onka akrat atiasefo asase so a ono so atimi aka nkyere Gwandis Road yandan homra na yentwa homra Lumba super ede yakwamanane ede amanane nsem ne ba
Lumba in super natural mineral water. Get a grip with a silver break. Lumba in super natural mineral water. Get a grip with a silver break. Lumba in super natural mineral water. Get a grip with a silver break.
Valentino Nachasano no Lumba super dam or dear cha swafra conforma so and no transit won ye do chromo or massa who delay stories na and one say ye ja or ye coefficient massa and man copa ye yanshan comobonasia me patch over the weekend who could PML or English Premier League nimu dia matches na hudo pina and so eto draw latest me patch resource yansaka yade nina so ebe somo ewo jumadi no so na bibia and so akon kan ewo jumadi no so dia me patch no any kakrefi or eba ube Johnny show no live on Facebook capital D capital L 106.9 na on sanso atimi aka jumadi na bibia enso atimi akonka me pacho Saturday games awudo pina enso etojwa ewo English Premier League nim me pacho Burnley enso trefi ma Chelsea eto mo bom academy no mantimi ate bom of New West Ham game no eno so endi 2-2 Brighton eto abobo boku friend say Brentford enso kobo na kan mienu Brentford team back o me pacho Fulham enso che club na your friend say Sunderland enso bona kan back o Sunderland antimate na shockingly Liverpool trafie ama Nottingham Forest eto omo Anfield o masa you never walk along over weekend where the Liverpool for no omo walk alone Nottingham Forest e boma kan poly miansa Liverpool antimate Isaac Mo Salah wo emrante mu nyina enso gyinagyina Liverpool consolation krama timi enya na chese no any resource to jo edi nyina enso edi ema Wolves enso trafie ma Crystal Palace eto omo boma kan mienu ma timi ante Bobo kwe friends Newcastle enso echi Manchester City ebomo ekani mienu Manchester City etimu baku wey any resource ame patro enra anase Saturday ukopie enso ewo English Premier League nima eno nso tojwa yede nyina enso ema ujumadi so na bibi bia enso etimi akwankan na Sunday me patro 2 games nso etojwa Leeds United etrefi ma Aston Villa bomo ekani mienu Leeds etimu baku na Arsenal unim se game weno na eye North London derby Masa yebedi nkomo pi enso ewo sa game we Arsenal etina fie ewo Emirates Stadium eti club na ye friends Tottenham Hotspur eboma kan poly and 9 Masa Tottenham etimu baako na in the game no akwadana ye friends ebereche eze champion Kofi Taylor unya akwadano na udi images na guswa mama na bibia enso akwanka ebereche eze me pato onya hat-trick na me no kase die since the year 1978 me pato ana me pato nya pania ana se player ono so ebo hat-trick enso e was that derby nim not London derby no en koma ana me dema openina ye friends Ted Drake me pato in the year 1934 ono no tini juma enso de ma Arsenal club no onya hat-trick sa game no Arsenal enso e wini 5-1 me pato 1978 abranti anaso penina ye friends Alan Sunderland ono so ebo hat-trick enso sa game nim me pato Arsenal enso e wini 5-0 enwa akodana ye friends ebereche eze o join show no live on Facebook yes ube ni hit map field ne so de bia akwadano ubehu no ball ne ba Arsenal halfa say Arsenal different day akwadano mo so gina ho ubon say midfield o gina ho edu ade kan say Tottenham Hotspur omo so final third ubehu akwadano ye face ebereche eze eno so gina ho na chese enra de akwadano compa eno so ene kakra fi ho enso ba timi no kasa de for the first time since 47 years and I say for the first time in 47 years no yenya obi ono so wetimi agina ne na so abo ade kan say hat-trick enso not lending tabinim eno any kakra fi ho yede ni nyina ma na minim say Tottenham Hotspur since 2010 almost ntimi share Arsenal hey enkofo we pa ahoeden enti akame say not lending derby ni de empempi ekọ enso de ma club na je friend say Arsenal yede ni nyina nso ma e wo dwumade ne so no de ekọ empokra ne de eba champion Kofi Taylor yanto aso efo dwumade ne pi enso nsum yetiefo dia me pa join show ne live on Facebook unim say enra Newcastle United eche club na je friend say Manchester City ebo ma kan mienu me patro City timu bako openina ye friend say Eddie Howe me patro ever since I started say o coachino oni Jose Pep Guardiola I say 19 times eno pe ano timi de Pep Guardiola enso echi e kafuma ono so timi enya sa wi no enso yede ni na enso ede ma yefo ye ni kirem enso UEFA Champions League unim say nyame aduma da ochina eye Champions League night na ye wia ye beba Chelsea fofia ye ba be din koma bebre me patro nyame aduma ochina 5:45 Ayas enso trefie no ni Benfica e di game na ye so Galatasaray enso ne club na friends Royal Union Singelo enso bebo Bodo Glimt and Juventus na big game ni tojo ochina di empire na edwa enso bridge ne so Stamford Bridge Chelsea enso ne club na ye friends Barca na mpanifo se unimo wu ahwe na anka Chelsea for no onka bibiania e se komo hwe di Barca enso e di ekwan omo di Athletic Club Bilbao fa so Masa Lamine Yamal fully fit abrante friends Rafinha Lewandowski mu nyina omo so gina na so da ochina die Masa Cremon 2 Barca enso call lente omo ni Chelsea game ni baso enso Stamford Bridge yebedi nkomo sanso na Dortmund enso ni Villarreal Manchester City ni boku friends Bayern of Leverkusen Marseille enso ni Newcastle United ana fen kampono Napoli enso any bobo ku friends Karabakh ana Slavia Prague enso any club na je friend say Athletic Club Bilbao wey any ochina kupon aduma in games eno so etodwa e wo UEFA Champions League nim yade nkomoni pina enso asomo na Vinicius Junior and a reporter mate any say ono opanina je friend say Florentino Perez ono eye president enso edema Real Madrid club no woni na din komo o se ekoba ni say opania friend say Xabi Alonso ana otoa so enso edi juma say oye head coach edema club na friend say Real Madrid ono abrantia ye friend say Vinicius Junior dabi contract ni ba we ya o extend eno any reporter me seka yedi ni nyina ma enkomo ni de enka doso pa nanso emre no so kopa na eko esan say anwumrei awoso ho etino yemfa agude mu nsema ye krochire gu nkrata so ni nyina emfansi midi no ade Bismark Adusei obetimi afreme mambise.
Right, Bismark medase pa sa wode nsema hodo a edi ahim ewa agrupa so no ababe some yen ewa kasebo no so na koso atena se na DJ afiba so ono wonsem kan bi ntina no achi no mo betumi edi mo nkomo na mahu se de ekone de ba na kasebo no ye gina wesu de asi na yen kwa tete ha yam na birthday bi wo hanom kufima mente birthday ni fro no na DJ afiba de nso menyin fro ne na ye ho na ye enkofa eye nkai bo no betwam ye wia DJ afiba o se wo ne me offer se Bismark eno mbehwe ho bo ofia no de offer kwaye ya ne tiri ho amfumi papa bio no ebi no mpeso mo so ma ho de hwe ne behwe de bi si akire na we ya woda e free me am offer se Kwame Owusu Echam na wo kire me ne ye ne papa awoda ne fada ne den e de Mr Joseph Boache wa wo ba ne den e de Kwame Owusu Echam ese yen kan kire so pa wasem yi pam odo papa enti yankopon ya dom ne ne ode afeba ko aka wafe ho de am yankopon hira wo no ma wo da wei enye soronko o ma wo kwatenten ayedie ene onyini nkire ego mu so happy birthday go to you Mr Joseph Boache wa nkasa wo ba ne den ede Kwame Owusu Echam ne we se kan kire yankopon hira pa na wo da wei no onya ne soronko na yedie ne nkwanfie emre mu emfa emmaum na memfa ni sei na me wo fase DJ Afiba the international DJ the abasa na wo fase ba ko the den e the owner boy na owner boy e the nyom the ababa onten a obepa ho ntoma yankopon ya atoma 13th December 2025 e wo Kantamanto e ho na dwumade ne be ko so anumle nu se be pepe 6 pm na dwumade be todwa e the new generation yipi lunch no the new generation enti yame ya atuma owner boy odi aba enti munhia no on this 13th December ebe Saturday mementa 2025 venue no eye Kantamanto ho pepe dwumade we no ebe to dwantihwe manyu ho afenfuru be wode ane kohia no na ne new song odi aba bonten no monkota me wo fase DJ Afiba enna busua nyina chi owner boy the new generation pa hontoma ewo Kantamanto on the 13th December 2025 ebesi memenda Saturday na nyine nkwabo na mla nimre no nsia pepepe 6 pm na dwumade we no ebe hia se yankopon wonhyira wo paase wa ne saa na obekọ akwabo yenua beman na yentwa ye homra na ye ba ye de ayenka boy nsaka no besom ye wi a afini apaprechire na ebukase bodo ko mu sei pon me ba sisia we eye enkai bo fa waso fam yen sema mi ensentem ne yemfa yenka bo yen sasoso no emfa ensomum na asona abusua wanom ewo achem achease ɛna afei asona busua a ɛno nso wɔ akyem kede ɛkyerɛ mu am wɔn du nsini baako pa na ɛhyɛ busua no du nsini baako pa na ɛhyɛ ɛyɛ abrɛfoɔ ɛwɔ asona abusua no mu no bɛmo wo ɛde napakan dɛsɛ abɛfa wɔnom du nsini ɛde no ɛkɔ tɛnɛ mi kɛse no yɛ brekye pam ɛna abɔ asona abusua a ɛwɔ akyem akyease ɛna afei nso akyem kede ɛwɔ apie mantemu na wɔnom ɛkyerɛ mu am wɔnom de hyɛ wɔn adeɛ nyinaa abusua ɛdan na sɛ wankɔ ama abusua ɛda kɔm retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin awofoɔ ɛde ne ba atiasefoɔ asase so ɛwɔ mfempem donkron ne aduasa baako ɛna wɔfiri mu ɛwɔ mfempem mmienu ɛne aduonum mu na yɛn papa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin enya mfinhyia no aduokron ɛnan 94 years na yɛn hyehyɛe na didi so yi nyakopɔ basa yadom ɛyadom na abrewa epuma kwamu am na yɛn betodwa ɛwɔ memrenda obubuo bosoma yɛ womenda ɛtɔso aduonu nkron mfempem mmienu ɛne aduonu enumu mɛkyerɛ mimi na yɛ bɛyɛ na yie no ɛbetodwa na mpenefo kyerɛ mi sɛ wɔnom ɛde yɛn papa yɛadeɛ nyinaa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin ɛbɛto mpam ɛwɔ Methodist asafo a ɛwɔ akyem kede ɛwɔ mmerɛ a ahamakyɛ nɔnan abɔpa ho sema aduasa pɛpɛpɛ ɛna mpenefo de bɛto mpam na agyamfoɔ ɛtumi ɛbɛgyam nom na abusua kyerɛ mu a yɛmfa nto Ghana atiasema nyina nim sɛ retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin mpenefo bɛyɛ na kwankwaagya som ɛwɔ Methodist asafo a ɛno no ɛwɔ akyem kede ɛmra anopa na wɔtwe pɛpɛ abɔ ɛna wɔn bɛyɛ na wufo som asɔ no bɛgyina mu ɛna wufo som no ɛde ama nom na mu kyerɛ wɔn bɛnya pagya no ɛkɔ akusie no ɛwɔ akyem akyease Methodist asafo no amusieyɛ ɛwɔ akyem akyease na penifo bɛtena ase anom yɛn papa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin na ye Agyei Sikapa wɔn bɛtena ase na wɔnom ayɛ yie no ɛwɔ akyem kede Sakola Park ɛmra abɔ awiandɔ baako ɛkɔpem enumere no nsia na yie no mpenefo atu ma wɔnom atimi aprapra kyire kram nyakopɔ yɛ adoma ne kosi ada so no ɛbɛyɛ obubu obusuma yɛ wɔn ɛtɛ so aduasa mfempem mmienu ɛne aduonum mu na no so ɛbɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Methodist asafo a ɛwɔ akyem kede ɛwɔ mra abɔ anopa na wɔtwe apa ho sema no aduasa pɛpɛpɛ na ɛno so mu wie pɛ mpenefo bɛsan atena se kosi ada no so atimi atoa ayiyɛ no so ɛwɔ akyem kede Sakola Park efri awiandɔ baako ɛkɔpem enumere no nsia na ɔba kunafo a yɛn papa yɛnadeɛ nyinaa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin egya n'akyire ɛyɛ maame Ekuya Esther adodo abɔ no ne sɛ ante sisi na ɔba barama a ogya n'akyire nso emu bi ɛyɛ champion tailor Mr Frank Jelly a wɔyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ DLFM 106.9 ɛka ɛma yɛn papa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin egya wɔnom ɛwɔ akyire enti asena busua a ɛwɔ akyem akyease ɛna afei nso asena busua a ɛwɔ akyem kede ɛsi yɛmfanfa DLFM 106.9 kasafidie kɛseɛ so ɛmfa to Ghanafoɔ nyina nim sɛ ade atɔ no mani na sabe mpenifo ase de ade atɔ nani no nyɛ ɔnoa na eyie saa nso de kyi apae no nso no ɛnyɛ ɔnoa ɛna ɛpam ɔmo srɛ mo ada ɛyɛ nso yɛ kwagyakwaja na sanka ɛyɛ retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin nkɔbaba enti ɛyɛ mu nyina mmabɔ ne yankopɔ adome mi na ɛbɛnyɛ ne nkɔprɛprɛ kyire ɛwɔ akyem kede ne papa retired DSP Joshua Kofi Enin yie no yɛnko pɛ na kyire kwan anase yɛnkɔ pɛ na kyi kurabea kura Yenyina we so na ka se bona yesa so no yemfa ensi na make sen Bismark
wafa
yes so ane sana eme ya doma da ben na basa ne Chelsea match no be so
nyambo ochina
china tamben
8 p.m.
enumre no wotwe DJ Afiba so ka so be shebo ana
back door no Bismark
enya back door asem
Bismark no udwane
enti wo de den na beto so ye pesi
me dem senka half on the half nanka
half na ye den wo kan half ade ne
half nanka
obi Bismark ketua
yeah
Bismark
me na me ka senka me peniti
open one ti
ya fi bati
wo de ye den
onze ai abo be no se osunani control fiana
yeah the sumani nani
si ni sumani nani man e fro brajo nyina ya rasta ye go ti so a
and the open senka mo journey
ti menya yes se na be ya next time we tia de fe ne basa
moye me na
se magasa ade akoko bia wo se wo be hwe ho yi ana basa so kokko ni blue eti zenka
ne kwakura ne say musi gina ye say
eti say afiba
so once me na me de bet ne bai ana me kire wo say me nsuro no once ka me say me
wi ko anya wotre mba titi sa uju hu de say Chelsea be hye basa
yes
ena also uju hu de say
basa be hye Chelsea
basa Chelsea ena no
world best na
me be nya botre nya de obebo asem mo na mumie na mo se mo ko bet nti je waka ne say uti na good utri wi ne wo so no o pese se basa hyem a
ye diri ko me beta
na salary asem o se won pa usika
me pasika
on pa usika
o se me pen hwe
e ntwa munya mema
dabi me na
mema ni fia
dabi o me na ma beti
una uji Chelsea dia uji club ni di for tutuso
me na me ba beti won me na me de me suggest na ba na ma kire o se same implication e wo ye say
afiba nya botre
what you say
wo gidi se Chelsea
and conditions apply
wo gidi se Chelsea betumi ahye basa na
uji Chelsea dia fa utituso
yani ye go home Odian e be chew na yo
uji dia fa utituso
dabi ade am busy ye no me tia so yani ye go home
eh world best fa utituso
una also the world best
Philippa no so pa yan cheme ne help
to say woni we na mo say
dabi go tell na o tia chi na no to yan pia park no so pa yan chi to say yan ye go home
uji ni say
utituso mele mani fia ha
fa utituso
Kwadwo
o se dey
Kwadwo
uji ni say utituso eh best
ma me check mu ye Kwadwo senka yes e won basta na egbo home dia ananka no o
that's no sensashi
dabi
that's sensashi
me home tibi na me chew na ye
DJ Afiba se woni mo wu aya hwe na
mo
wu
na otena mu nyina de be witness
na watwe menu tem ni na watwe menu tem ni na ade omde ye wo fafia nti wa hu
ana me say opa yamfa bosuma ketuan half
o se yamfa bosuma odi wo dem banya botre o ne de bosuma ketua o be ya jintia na ya botre odi utimi be sisu ana
ade na onu di sika na
nti wo de na de be sisu
opa yamfa nto so
me ye tieti
me trust my boy
tieti ene nka ha ya obi a life dabi ye bo posa ko na no
sare ko masa mama bia nim de da mo ye nyina ye hu de mo ka munya mema
kofi wei Afiba ye wachiri o se ayi papa ye ni tu de se odu ti be to so e be kwa ba anam si dabi the man from DJ Afiba nyina ye uti no uti ne o brand the boss akona na ka ukwa na ni
enya papa yi ni match me yimiti
wo ya sa akura wa ye bias wo ya sa wa nya
I'm not trying to be biased
yani ye bo home yani ye bo home ana me feel say ye bo home so ade better ba so pa ye fa bosoma ketua
o de ye first kana o be ya
o si titi
Ofa me padi anka
game
close
ya yes see a game close
e be shilo
a game close and one see say dey no munyo bi asuro mema bi anya
ona we say o cha de ye hye wo
di Afiba ho ya
monsoro ko masa munya mema kra na mo pa oh manya de munni munya mema ba kokra
opa omanyenye ni sei ya fa bosom half na ti no after you know so what sha
dabi yam after ye you pay you haya after ye say
Afibe sika ya wo de beto so afia da benda
dabi se mi baby am na njira dabi se mi baby am na njira it okra after chinan so obema
ni friend is obeto bo na na si bi to ni de work
say ya na PSG mo ya Chelsea ana team we na mu do the off ana ya sham
tino to so
obi
ne mra de tena
ye be boss akona Wednesday
mama ya kasa me shemra na ma mutumi a maji ma firim na ya pon because ye time kura ko
me team I ready me ba nya botre
ni
me team I ready me ba nya botre 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 me team I re
we are sure say basa mo be sure wo so ye sure say basa e betumi a Chelsea
yes
wonim we so opetire ye beji wuti wo so opeska mo mienu no sesi am ya sapompa ne sen because e say dey na mbede beto so media nka otire ne nka beboa o
Matias say
etire ne nka beboa pa
ye no Chelsea
basa
na Chelsea Bismark be maniska because it is Barcelona share Chelsea
e beji wuti
Dabi
no no person beto
so
Abiba nijidi.
Dabi enko neutral ground.
Nya neutral ground. Na say wonu mi say Basa be wo be say be share nampa.
Wo ti beto so. Hands down.
Na dem fa tin to.
Me tell say wo wa ba me fie o. Me na me tell na
o. Dabi.
Bet dem found.
Enye home na we accept. Wuti team dia home or away.
Go fi no kan on ni team. Okay, go fi no kan so ba ki Bismark. Bismark ni Kofi. Wo fi won team to so me team beto so.
Dabi am dey the same thing.
Dabi Bismark ni Kofi.
Kofi no nya Basa fan.
They say they are fan.
Kofi nya Basa fan or United fan.
Munya botre Kofi. Wo di utire beto so papa kura wu. Enti we kura de ha adwen bi asa. Wo yi uti a, wo papa na da fam je nya ha adwen. Wo di utire beto so. Nya United asem.
Kofi de
eni atwo mu free. Basa nya utire ma yu free.
Chelsea better.
Now who share Paris Saint-Germain say nya home. Ana wo share.
Final. Home. It even a tell na ye.
Home say.
Ya fa half on to so.
Mesra mo wo wafa. DJ Hitmaster men kan kira o say. Se won't me fa wuti ne ntoso de a na o ye hufo nti soro ko.
Me ye hufu pa. So na wo.
Mesra mo mo naked infernal why be show.
Ani be ya ni samu, ani ka me pia no mo.
Na yi ma fi. Dabi ade ko fa be ya ntam kase ye nya ne sakra. Kase bo ne ye de se busebufo ne ya maze me belantwe de se mo ede e ma ye. Na champion te de ekopie mo Facebook na fisi YouTube kasebo no winya bi hwa ye na kenka fo ye sinkunwa besomo no ye me wo for sia de ye de wam Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy bi mene
Adjoa Agyei Sikapa
ye kwen hwan na e ba
DJ Afib
o de de na e ba
national DJ
o de program na ye den
awoso
awoso that de ye ni say e ba so ye me ya adoma e wo 13th December 2025 wan fa Kumase Babanyala Sports Stadium ti mu nyina mo mo ne ye den na yiri ne ba so de na atadwe yate dene ana meboa
eno ana me be dia
ayeni baso a ene atadwe yate dene
na papa shi
ye ne yakro no
o team for o say to the second na na sante hini o say atadwe